All right, I'm Heidi McKinney Simpson. For the few of you who don't know me, I think most everybody does. I'm a stylist and personal shopper, but actually that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I want to talk about living authentically, feeling confident, and using that to embrace your style. So, who knows the definition of confidence? Don't everybody talk all at once.
I mean, I can Google it.
So I looked these up before I came, and confidence is the state of feeling certain about the truth of something. So when you're feeling confident in the truth of who you are. Authentic is genuine, undisputed origin, meaning you know and understand who you are, and with that authenticity comes the confidence. Style is a distinctive appearance. Notice it doesn't say what kind of appearance, a distinctive appearance. When I was growing up, I had very young parents. I went to my mom's high school graduation. So I grew up in a very poor household. My mom either made my clothes or we got them at Salvation Army. And that was how it was. And when I was living in rural Ohio, that didn't matter because all of us had our clothes from the Salvation Army. And then my dad graduated from college, got a corporate job, and we moved. And then things changed. Teenagers can be hateful, and they were, because it was obvious that I got my clothes from the Salvation Army and I didn't look like them. And it affected my confidence. For years, into my adulthood, it affected my confidence. My mom, the year before I went to middle school, worked overtime for the entire summer so she could take me to a special mall in Toledo, Ohio called Portsmouth and buy me the clothes that I wanted for junior high. I can almost remember every single piece that we bought that day. When I remember my first day of junior high, I know exactly what I had on. I had on my Coca-Cola t-shirt, which was a polo with a polo collar. I had on my Guess jeans. And I had my little dockside shoes with the twisted up strings, yeah. And I thought I was hot stuff because I looked like everybody else. But that wasn't who I was. I was trying to fit in with people that didn't fit in with who I was. And it wasn't until, honestly, shortly after I met Linda Tello, that I began to embrace that I don't have to fit the mold of what a stylist looks like. I do not fit the mold of a professional stylist.
You don't?
No, not at all. People that don't know me are often surprised when I say that's what I am, because a lot of times people have an image of a stylist and they picture Clinton Kelly and Stacy from What Not to Wear. They picture tall, thin, perfectly, immaculately put together every day. That's not my life. That's not my authenticity. You know what? I'm pretty darn stylish in my ripped jeans and my Jurassic Park t-shirt.
Yeah, especially with the whole,
So what I really want to talk about is what makes us feel confident. Women often try and fit into these cookie cutters of what we're supposed to be, what a mom is supposed to be, what a working woman is supposed to be, what a job a person who owns a business is supposed to be. And you know what? None of us are supposed to be anything other than who we are. I'm not going to dress Wendy in the clothes I wear. She would hate it and never speak to me again.
well,
But what I will do is I will see someone's potential and help them find that through their wardrobe. Clothing is often an armor. I can say when I first started my business 9 years ago, I would spend 30 plus hours a week networking in places where I did not feel comfortable. And I would sit in my car before these networking events going, why am I here? Why am I doing this? I don't belong here. Because I was trying to fit the mold of what those people expected of me. And those first 3 or 4 years, my business went nowhere. And then I met Linda. And I colored my hair purple, blue, and pink. And I lost clients when I did it. But you know what? I loved my purple, blue, and pink hair. And Linda invited me to speak to the first 1099 group in Cary. There was 24 people there and 13 of them booked. And I went in there with my purple, pink, and blue hair and my 1950s looking retro skirt with my purple petticoat sticking out underneath it. And I felt great about who I was and how I looked. And that speech to those ladies turned my business around. And it wasn't because of who was in the room. It wasn't because of what group I was talking to. It was because for the first time in a very long time, I was comfortable and confident in my skin, and I appreciated my own style, and I didn't care what anybody else thought about it. And I think all women go through these transitions in life, whether you're getting married, getting divorced, becoming a mom, starting a new job, all of these things affect how we see ourselves when we look in the mirror. At the age of 18, I applied to be a manager at Victoria's Secret at Crabtree. I had worked retail for years already, but I was ready for a management position. I became the youngest manager in the history of Limited Incorporated at that time. And whenever we had a regional visit, I had a go-to power outfit. My hair was white blonde. I had this black velour shirt dress, and I had a rhinestone tarantula brooch this big that sat on my shoulder because that made me feel powerful. I was intimidating, honestly. If you walk up to a woman and she has a giant tarantula brooch on her shoulder, she's intimidating. But I did that because I knew that these corporate executives coming in weren't going to take me seriously because of my age and because of how I looked. You can dress in ways to make you feel powerful. Everybody's heard the term power suit. I'm sure we can all shut our eyes and picture the 1980s power suit with the shoulder pads and the pencil skirt and hear Dolly Parton in our heads singing 9 to 5. Your power suit is what makes you feel powerful. Currently, this is my power suit. I bought this dress 2 weeks ago after looking at it online for 4 months, and I wore it Friday when my husband and I went out of town, and he turned to me at one point during the day and he was like, "You're glowing today." It's because I feel pretty and I have pockets.
It's really the
Right?
pockets.
It's the pockets.
It's the pockets. I had so many people coming up and complimenting me on Friday. My husband started keeping count. He was like, "You should wear that dress more often." And I was like, "You're going to get sick of looking at it because I'm going to wear it all the time." But the key to all of this is, how do you feel? Can each of you think in your mind right now, if I said, "I need you to send me a picture of your power outfit later this afternoon," do you know what you would take a picture of?
Yep.
I know you know. But really think about that. I want all of you to close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath. Picture the last time you got yourself dressed to leave the house and you looked in the mirror and thought, "Wow,
I look cute.
I look amazing." Can you remember that time? If you can't remember that time, think about why is that? Why are you not giving yourself that grace to look in the mirror and see how amazing and beautiful and powerful you are right now, where you are? Everybody has stuff going on. Some of us have really heavy stuff going on. But if you're able to embrace your power, your authenticity, and your confidence, even in the darkest times, it doesn't matter what you have on. I volunteered at my daughter's school on Monday for the book fair. I only volunteer at the book fair because honestly, the thought of interacting with PTA moms makes me nauseous and scares me to death. Those women are terrified.
Mother bitches.
But I volunteer every year at the book fair. And I passed this mom as I was walking in. She had on sandals, like Teva sandals, athletic sandals, these little cargo pants, and a black t-shirt. And she walked past me and I was like, "She looks amazing." And I told her before I left, I was like, "I wanted to let you know, I love your outfit. You look amazing." And the look on her face was like, "I do?" And I think what it was is that she was walking with purpose, her shoulders were back, she had a smile on her face, and she was excited about being at the school for her kid. And that's what confidence and authenticity and style is. I know we've all encountered women who, when you say style, you have a mental image of who they are. My favorite is Iris Apfel. If you don't know who Iris Apfel is, pull your phones out and Google her. She may even be 100 years old now.
She's so cute.
Oh my gosh, I love her. She is an influencer. She hates the word. She's an influencer in New York, and she's like 98 years old. She has a documentary on Amazon, and she talks about, I think it was Bergdorf that she worked at, and the owner told her, "You'll never be a pretty girl, but you will be successful." She never was conventionally beautiful, but that woman is a powerhouse. She's amazing. If I could sit down and talk with anybody, I would sit down and talk with her. I'd want to pick her brain, figure out what makes her tick. She's just amazing. And I've sat down and I've talked with quite a few of you, and each one of you brings something different to the table that makes you amazing. Now, Juju's probably going to be glad that she just has her picture up because I'm calling her out. Juju and I did an event a couple weeks ago. We did a closet swap. We had 10 ladies come to her house. And I always get very anxious before I do an event. I'm always concerned that people will be unhappy, that I'll do something wrong, it just won't go right. And Juju was like, let's stop for a second. She had me do some deep breaths. She grounded me. And I am not a hugger. And I looked at her and I was like, I need you to hug me really tight. And she did. And I can tell you, Juju is one of the most beautiful women I know.
Yeah.
She radiates it. It doesn't matter what she has on. She radiates it. The first time I met her in person, she walked in and I was like, she's my new best friend in my head. She had on these high-waisted pleated pants and these chunky Converse, and I was like, I like her. That's what authenticity and confidence looks like. I want each of you, I'm putting everybody on the spot, I want each of you to shortly tell us about a time when you felt confident and powerful in a situation.
I'll go first.
Linda will go first.
So that would be this morning, because I was putting on all the stuff that I've gone shopping with Heidi. And what I found her secret, when you put on the clothes, she looks at your face and your body language. If you're like, ooh, she's like, oh, that's for you. If you put it on and you start like adjusting yourself and get fidgety, she's like, take it off, it's not for you. So, I mean, I really think that it's so fun to put on something, even when you wake up and it's a bad day and you have things to do that you don't even want to do those things, but you know, you have to be a big girl and do those things. You put on a cute outfit, it totally cuts the stress right in half, because you think, well, whatever I'm doing today, I look good. And that's so great to lift your mood.
Agreed. Agreed. Who wants to go next? Don't everybody raise their hand all at once. I love how people aren't even looking at me right now. Because all right. I won't.
I have one.
Yay!
I had to figure out all the buttons. So at the event, the closet exchange that Heidi and I hosted together, there was this dress, and when Heidi and I were setting up for the event, I saw this dress, put my grubby little hands on it, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this dress. And then I looked at the size and I'm like, that dress will never, ever fit me. It's listed as a size that's already a size, and I'm like needing to size up my clothes right now. And it's a size smaller than my current wardrobe. I'll never fit in that dress. So I hung it up and I'm like, whoever gets that dress is one lucky babe, right? It's very, very beautiful dress. And a couple hours go by, people have come and people have come and people have gone, and there are still a few people in there. And I see the dress again because I'm just like rooting through the clothes again, looking to see maybe I missed something. And I got my hands on that dress again, and I'm like, oh, I don't know who said it, but somebody said, just go try it on. You love it. But every time you pick it up, you love it. Heidi gets the credit. Just go try it on. You might be surprised. I put it on, and even with my wrong underwear and my wrong bra, I put that on and I felt immediately powerful. I felt immediately beautiful. I felt confident and sexy. And it only got better once somebody zipped it up for me, and Heidi came and she pulled that sausage casing down to smooth out the wrinkles that had, because I'm quite short and the dress goes right below the knee, and I hadn't done that. But I looked in the mirror and I thought, oh my God, you're gorgeous. So now that's my date dress now.
Good.
Perfect.
And my heart leapt when I saw you twirling around in that
Yes.
dress. Like,
And she has the most amazing, like, I can't say those words out loud, sexy shoes to go with it. So I say all this, if you're struggling with these things, if you don't have things in your wardrobe that make you feel confident, if you don't own things that are authentically you, you're going through a transition and you're going to be searching for that. So when you get dressed in the morning, work with what you have. And I still say this to myself. I think all of us, no matter how confident we are, we have what I refer to as fat, ugly, stupid days, where nothing feels right, nothing sounds right. You feel like everything you're doing is wrong. And on those days, I only allow myself to change my clothes 3 times. I know that sounds excessive, but I only allow myself to change my clothes 3 times. And the 3rd outfit is it, no matter how I feel at the moment. And I look in the mirror and I out loud say to myself, what I see is not what they see. What I see is not what they see. Because I look in the mirror and I can tell you every single flaw in my being. You would look at me and go, oh, that's a pretty dress. So we need to learn how to speak kindly to ourselves. So I just lost my train of thought.
it's okay. So no more negative talk to yourself. You can't be your own worst enemy.
And I am really bad about it. Linda calls me out on it every time she hears me say it.
Yeah, because you were shopping with her and she's like, it's against the rules, Linda, for me. I'm like, what about the rules for you, Heidi? Huh?
I don't have to follow my rules.
What's
But
up?
I do. I also have another friend that the very first time we went shopping, I said something about, oh, I'm too fat for that. She turned on me. She's also a lot taller than me. She looked down at me and goes, don't talk about my friend that way. And walks away. So often on those fat, ugly, stupid days, I hear her in my head going, don't talk about my friend that way.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't say it to your daughter, mother, sister, best friend, why are we saying it to ourselves?
That's excellent.
Right? And when it comes to style, everybody's style is different. That's what makes it what I do so much fun. Because I have some clients, I can pick the craziest looking thing off the rack and they look amazing in it. And it's fun. I have some clients that only wear turquoise. And it works for her. I have some clients that are very casual, very outdoorsy. Once upon a time, I had a client that only shared clothes with her husband. I almost had a stroke that day.
I remember
And
that.
we've changed that up. So she's no longer wearing cargo shorts and polo shirts. But the whole point of all of this is nobody needs to be a cookie cutter. None of us. When you are authentic to who you are, how you feel, where you want to go, who you want to be, confidence exudes off of you. Whether or not you have time to put yourself together before you take a call or go in a meeting, it won't matter. If you love yourself and you're confident in your own skin, it really doesn't matter what clothes you have on. Granted, I love clothes.
Yeah.
I love shopping. I love fashion. I love dressing people. But ultimately, my goal is to help you be a better you, no matter what capacity I do that in. So if you don't hire me, great. If you want to get together for a one-on-one just to chat, love it. If you do hire me, love that too. But that's not my goal. My goal in starting this business, I started this business at a point in my life where I was at my absolute lowest. Going through a divorce. I had met my now husband. I had a newborn, I had cancer, I had 3 older children, I had an extra child dropped on my doorstep and his family left them there and moved away. I had so much going on when I started this business, and my why has changed drastically over the last 9 years. Of course, everybody wants to make money. We need money to live, but that's not my why. My why, I want to make a difference. When the day comes when I pass away, if I pass away before the rest of you, I want at my wake, because I don't want a funeral, I want people standing around talking about how I made a difference in the women that I encountered. And if that means I pick out a pretty dress for you, perfect. I'm gonna cry. If that means you hug me in your tiny room, I did my job.
Great.
On that note, because I can't talk and ugly cry at the same time, who has questions for me? Do you have pants for me yet? I'm the one person she can't fit. Alice is the one person that I have been trying to buy pants for Alice for 5 years and I've yet to succeed. But I have bought you some cute tops.
Yeah, we haven't tried pants yet lately.